And good morning. Welcome to a special hot seat. I'm Scott Mitchell. This is Joe Dorman, Mila O'Brien, George Nye, I believe. I've seen your faces on Mount Rushmore, so Governor George Nye. So we have, as far as governors are concerned, the 17th and the 22nd, current and almost. Thank you all for being here.
Thank you for having us.
Well, let's first start with Mila O'Brien, who's our kid governor. Welcome to the show. What are you trying to get done as kid governor in Oklahoma?
So I'm trying to raise awareness for civics and for youth mental health.
Civics, there's a topic that a lot of old folks could use. And youth mental health. Why did you choose that, Mila?
I had noticed a decline in youth mental health, especially after COVID, and I really wanted to make a change, especially because Oklahoma is ranked one of the worst in youth mental health.
That's true. And Joe Dorman, the CEO of Oklahoma Institute for Child Advocacy, OICA, a frequent hot seat guest. Tell us about the Kid Governor program, because you've got a really great one right here.
We absolutely do. We started the Kid Governor program several years ago, but we found out there was a national program by the same name, and so we became the state affiliate with fourth state to join the program. They provide civics and voting lessons free for classrooms that we provide to fifth grade teachers. And so for several lesson plans, they will go through and teach about civics and voting. And then the classroom teacher can decide if they want to go through the enhanced program that talks about voting and elections. And that allows the classroom to have a primary, so to speak, in the classroom to decide a nominee for Kid Governor who's entered into the state competition.
So let me turn to 17 and 22. Always great to see you, Governor.
Thank you, sir.
And he hit me with the civics question through the door. How many terms? I said 4, which I got right.
You got right.
So especially interesting to Mila, which is you decided to be governor when in your lifetime?
Well, I grew up wanting to be in politics, in government. I grew up listening to Franklin Roosevelt on his Saturday Night Live radio show. In grade school, I organized bicycle parades for candidates. I just liked government and politics. And officially, I ran for my first office in the 7th grade. I ran for homeroom president, lost. But officially, in the 9th grade, I took a vocations class at McAllister High School, and you wrote down what you wanted to be when you grew up. In the 9th grade, I wrote down governor. And you're supposed to study that then that semester, doctor, lawyer, merchant, chief, or whatever. I wrote down governor, and the teacher said, I don't know if we can study that. We've never had anybody want to be governor. But that's why I like when Joe Dorman called me and told me about the program that he was putting together. I liked it because it encourages grade school, 5th grade, 6th grade students to participate in civics and in government. And that's what I wanted to be. So I wanted to say, you could start even in grade school, being interested in being a public servant. And I love to go and talk to the students to say, you can do it. You can do it from here. You can start even now in grade school saying, I want to be a public servant, and it could work out.
Mila, if you watch the news, like Hero 9, and you see what's happening in Washington, you know it ain't the greatest thing going on right now. There's a lot of chaos right now. So people are going to want to know, why is a 6th grader, a smart 6th grader in Oklahoma, want to get into politics?
Well, I think, in my opinion, it's that kids have a voice and they may not have gotten to use it. They haven't gotten to speak out for what they think they need a change for. And I think that this program is really amazing because it gives kids a voice and it teaches them that they can speak out and they can say, hey, I see this problem, maybe we should change.
Joe, there is an event coming up to highlight the Kid Governor program. We've got a picture of Mila when she was announced as the winner, which is great, by the way. And also, besides this, there is another photograph we have of some fairly famous Oklahomans. There'd be Governor Nye, Governor Keating, Governor Walters. But that picture on this event that's coming up, that's not complete. There'll be a couple more governors in that, right?
That's exactly right. This event that we're holding Tuesday, October 3rd at the Will Rogers Theater is the only fundraiser that we do for the Kid Governor program. As I said, we provide this free for the classrooms, but it does cost money. We have to raise about $100,000 to cover the cost, which provides a ballot box, a ballot with the names of the candidates for Kid Governor, and a comic book that was designed by OICA that I wrote that talks about civics and voting from the perspective of kids at the Capitol. This fundraiser has Governor Nye, it'll also have Governor Walters and Governor Keating, but it also has Governor Henry and Governor Fallin. We have the support of all the governors for this event and for the program, and so it'll be an opportunity that folks can buy a ticket and come meet the 5 former governors and their spouses, meet our current Kid Governor and those that have been there in the past, and learn about the program and help support this civics program in the classrooms. And it's open for any 5th grade in the state to participate. Public school, private school, homeschool, it doesn't matter. We provide this for free so 5th graders will learn about the civics and voting and the importance of being involved and, as Mila said, sharing their voice.
Mila, let me ask you this. This is going to be something, Joe, and I'm sure you weigh on this. This teachers and superintendents and principals need to know about. Do you want other of your colleagues in schools all across Oklahoma to know about this and to get involved?
Yes, I think that would be amazing. And that's really one of our goals, is to get as many students as we can to join so that all of them know about civics and know how to speak up for themselves.
I wanted to point out that when Joe was talking and the governor was talking, that want people involved. And I want to point out that when he mentioned the governors, they're Democrat and Republican. So you just have to understand this is not a partisan issue. These are former governors, Republican, Democrat, encouraging young people learn about government, learn about civics, learn about being involved. I can say that I was very proud that I was the governor that lowered the voting age to 18. I thought younger people, I thought college students should have a voice in government. Now you got to stop somewhere, so officially it's at 18. But it's just amazing. It's bipartisan, and it's on civics and government. It's non-political.
Let me ask you to follow up on this.
Okay.
Can you give some comfort to people? You became the UCO president after you left as governor, so yes. You've worked with young people your whole life. Do you think this generation offers some hope for the chaos we're seeing in Washington and elsewhere?
Well, I hope so. I would just point out that people need to be involved. They shouldn't just leave it up to somebody else to make a decision. You should be involved. You should learn what's going on and learn, in my opinion, that when you run for office, sure, you're a politician, and people sure get mad at politicians. They're crooks, they're bad people, they're politicians. Well, you have to be a politician to get elected. You have to pick a party to put your name on it. You can pick a party or say I'm an independent, but you have to write down before you can file for office in Oklahoma where you are. So there's a little politics. You have to shake hands. You have to go make a speech. You buy a TV ad. You buy a newspaper ad. You get a county chairman. You hire a state chairman and all that sort of stuff. And so there's political involvement. But once you get elected, I want people to know, and I want these people to know as they're growing up, once you get elected, kind of drop the word politician and work on public servant. Because that's what we're supposed to be doing, not just playing politics. We're supposed to be serving the public.
Mila, your thoughts about what Governor Nye just said?
I mean, I like how he is saying that, once you actually get elected, you give the public a service, because that's really one of the reasons why I'm doing this. I'm doing this for the youth of Oklahoma, and I really agree with what he's saying.
So, help us understand the program a little bit more and the one that's coming up and how people attend.
So people can go to our website, oica.org. It's on the graphic that we showed on the screen, or they can use the QR code. Tuesday, October 3rd, come buy a ticket. You can buy an individual ticket or group tickets. You can also do a sponsorship. For those that do the sponsorship levels, they will have their name or their business printed in the comic book that we send statewide. We sent more than 1,000 comic books out last year, and we're going to do the same this year, along with the ballot box, the voting kit, and everything the teachers will need to demonstrate how the voting process works. We're hoping to grow this to at least 50 classrooms around the state. We're sitting at just about 30 right now. So it's not too late to sign up. They will go through this program in October. The election will be held in November, and then the inauguration for the kid governor will happen the first day of the regular session in February. This is a great opportunity for teachers to be able to have the lesson plans to show how the process works or how it's supposed to work. Both governors hit it right on the head. We need to do a better job of educating our young people that not only is it important to vote, but they have a voice. They can reach out to lawmakers. Mila has visited with several lawmakers about mental health issues. She talked to Jeff Boatman, representative from the Tulsa area, who authored a mental health bill for young people. Together, we can make sure this next generation and generations to come are prepared to use their voice, speak up, and certainly go to the ballot box. Oklahoma is one of the worst states in the nation for percentage of voter turnout, and this is how we turn that around, getting young people inspired and interested in participating.
I just thought of something I'd like to say. Every vote counts. So we're talking about governors serving, but we're also talking about people who need to go to the polls and participate in the selection. And I like to tell the story of how every vote counts, because in the 9th grade, I ran for president of my homeroom. And in those days, good citizens didn't vote for themselves, but I did. I wrote my name down, and what was funny, my best friend and I reached an agreement. I would nominate him and he would nominate me. And my best friend and I ran against each other for president, and one vote counts. Because when I wadded that up and wrote down George Nye and put it in there, that's the only vote I got. He got every other single vote in my homeroom, and he came up and said, "Good thing I voted for you." Yeah. So every vote, that always reminds me of every vote counts. But people should realize that that's what a democracy is. 2 Greek words, 2 Latin words, whatever it is, democracy. People, the voice of the people. And that's what we are. We're a democracy. We give the people, not the politicians, we give the people the right to select their representatives. And so you should be involved as a citizen by participating, sure, maybe even in the campaign, contributing or not contributing, but at least go vote. Or go run for office. Now remember this, you can't be drafted in Oklahoma to serve in any public office. So just know that everybody whose name ever appears on the ballot have to be volunteers that they're asking to be selected. And so people in Oklahoma, you need to know that everybody who is on the ballot, they volunteered themselves. And you make a decision, but go vote.
Makes me think that this is a good guy, good governor. To think of Marty Howland phrase. It's good to see. By the way, I'll be in real trouble with my mom and dad if I don't say, "How's Donna Nye?"
Well, Donna Nye is doing great. I am very proud of my first lady. She did a great job, and I think that it's unusual. I didn't bring it up, but I want to say something. Listening to this governor talk about what she wanted to do in the 5th grade down to the 6th grade. When I was lieutenant governor, Donna and I toured the state. Governor Dewey Bartlett, a Republican governor, asked the lieutenant governor, Democrat George Nye, to visit every state institution and tell him what I think they need. Colleges, universities, whatever the state facility institute was. And we went all over and we visited the mental health, the mentally retarded areas that we had locations. And Donna said, well, that's like being in a prison. We're sending them away. And she, when I told her I wanted to run for governor, she said, I'll vote for you and work for you if you promise when you get elected, you'll do something for the mentally retarded that's now called the developmentally disabled. And after I got elected governor, my lady, First Lady Donna, contacted the legislature and she lobbied to get a state law that you could not prohibit a group home from being in your town. And she's the reason we have group homes for the mentally retarded in the state of Oklahoma. And to this day, she's still working because she has a foundation called the Donna and I Foundation that contributes to mental health, mental retardation programs. So I'm very proud of her.
Well, it's great to see you all. Governor George Nye, Governor Mila O'Brien, and Joe Dorman, the OICA CEO. Thanks for doing this program, and we really appreciate y'all being here today. And good to see you, Governor.
Thank you.
Hey, thanks for watching Hot Seat. See this again at news9.com and newson6.com/YourWhatCounts. And follow me on my socials at Mitchell Talks.